Like, one. Hi, what's up? Hello. How's everybody doing today? None of you know who I am. My name is Emily, and this is my first YouTube video. I am 22 years old. I go to college. My major is in elementary education, and I am starting this YouTube channel for my bullet journal. This is something that I just started getting into, and I figured why not? I have all this free time on my hands because of quarantine. I live in Michigan, so we have some pretty strict quarantine rules right now, or stay-at-home order, state of emergency. So I haven't really left the house in like over a month and a half. So I'm just kind of putting a lot of time and dedication to this right here. And it is something that I have really been enjoying, and it just gets me out of the funk of being at home 24/7. So yeah, I mean, this is my first YouTube video. I am really excited. I have always enjoyed crafts and doing different styles of handwriting, and when I was younger my grandma gave me lessons on calligraphy, and so when I found out what hand lettering was and that it's basically your own style of calligraphy, it's like putting your own twist and like doing what you want to calligraphy but still doing those kinds of like similar like pen and brush strokes. So it's just something that's always interested me, and the fact that I get to do it in here, it just, and like for me to look back on it is really cool. So yeah, I just wanted to introduce myself before I got into the video about the bullet journal. This is going to be more of a flip through video because I did not record of me doing any of this. It was just I did this like a week ago. So it's more of a flip through video of how to start a bullet journal, and then I have a monthly spread for May. And not everything that I have in here is how I plan on doing it for the future months, but it's a start, and I was having so much fun doing it. So this is the bullet journal I'm using. It is a Linoam A5 dotted notebook, and I love this color. I absolutely love it. It's the interior of my car as well. It has gray on the binding and then a pen holder, which I don't really use that much. Then it has a strap that holds it together. And then it also has a, don't want to give you a sneak peek of anything, a bookmark. Wow, I just blanked on what that word was. So yeah, that is what the bullet journal I am using, and I will be back in a second with a flip through of this. Alright, so these right here are probably some of the most used utensils that I have inside here so far. Obviously I need an eraser because I do everything in pencil first, and I use the Papermate. I would eventually like to get something a little different, but this is what I've been using and it works fine so far. And then I have a high polymer eraser by Pentel. This thing has been a lifesaver. The Pentel sign pens, I love these. I don't know, they're a brush tip, and they just help a lot for beginners in hand lettering. So I have the 12 pack, and yeah, I use some of the colors in here. Not too many yet though. I of course have some fine liners. These are the two most used. I have 03 and 01. I probably use 01 the most, and these are a Prismacolor. I don't know if I said that already, but I plan on getting the Sakura, I think that's how you say them, the Micron after these, but I had these, so I figured I might as well use them up while I have them, and so these have been great for fine liners. The next is the Uniball white pen. Whoops, let's go this way. I did not think I was going to enjoy this as much as I have, but if I make a mistake, this has helped a lot. if I do something in pen. It doesn't cover it up completely, but it does a pretty fine job of it. Last, for like pens is the Bic Gelosity. I like these when I'm actually writing, and you'll see in my weekly spreads, I like writing with this pen. It does have a thicker tip, which I may get a Muji 0.38, I believe it is, or 0.37, one of the two, in the future, but I love these pens. I write all my notes with this pen in school, so it works well in the planner too. Now onto markers. I've had the mild liner, the zebra mild liners for a while now, and I love them. So they have the chisel tip, and then they have the more fine tip, and I love this for shading or doing any kind of like shadowing detail on my lettering. Love these. I have the 2015 pack. I don't know, I got it from Target like 3 years ago. And last but not least, I have all of my Tombow markers that I have acquired within the past little bit in this cup right here. I have a tester page in the back of my bullet journal that has all of these along with my mild liners and some Stablo highlighters and my Crayola markers, my super tips. I have them all swatched in the back, so I have them all there and conveniently in here. I love these. I love them. I probably will get more in the future, but this is what I have right now. And then I have 2 rulers in here. So, on to the bullet journal. So this, like I said before, is a Linoam A5 dotted journal. And I am going to open it up. And this is the first page. So right here, I have my name, and I put some rose gold dotted stickers. And then I started this in May, so I wrote May 2020, and I don't know if I'll make it all the way to December. I'm hoping that I will, so then I'll write it here. And then we're going, so yeah, that's just that page. This is the first page in my bullet journal. It is all of the months for the rest of the year, and then I put a quote in the middle. So the 2 most powerful warriors are time and patience. I really liked that quote for this aspect of the bullet journal. So it's kind of like a future log, but then my next page is actually my future log, so this is what I have for now. Alright, sorry, I had to change the camera battery. I was on like 3% and it was flashing at me. So I just wanted to give a little closer look, give you guys a closer look into this. I did most of these with my fine liner 03, and then the lettering with my Pentel sign pen, and a little bit of white on these, the 2 most, and then on time and patience I used my zebra fine liner. So I wish, now that I've done this once and I learned from my future log, that I did this with the 01 fine liner rather than the 03, because writing in these small boxes with a 03 fine liner was very difficult. I got a little better at the end, but the May did not look so pretty. So that is my first page of my bullet journal. The second page is my future log, and I used my 01 fine liner, and I used my 05 to write the months out on the side, and I did the same for here. I just forgot to mention that. And so I did the same thing. Most of these, so this one's 6x7, and then this one's 5x7, just because May and August are the 2 months that have 6 rows of weeks, just because of how they land. But got it all figured out. So I have a key at the top of holidays, appointments, birthdays, school, and date night. So I started some of it. It is mainly just holidays and 2 birthdays, but no appointments or date night or anything like that yet in school because it's summer for me. This is probably one of my favorite pages just because it has color on it, both of these 2 spreads. So this is a grid spacing. I'm not even going to attempt to explain how I did this. I followed something on Pinterest and other YouTubers, but basically it splits the page in quarters, thirds, and fifths, and then half. And for both horizontally and vertically. So I used my Staedtler fine liners in hot pink, an icy blue, and a lime green. And then I used my black fine liner in 01. And then this is done in my Pentel sign pen in black. This took a while. This is probably took one of the longest out of all the spreads, even like compared to this one, which took forever just because it was the first thing I'd done. So this one took a while. This one, I love this page. This is like a quote that's used all the time in my family, being gratitude. So I thought it was just a good page to put this on. Yeah, this part was difficult, outlining it perfectly. I messed up a little bit and used my white pen because I made a mistake. And it's okay to make mistakes. So I just fixed it right there, and it doesn't even look like there was any mistakes made. Perfect. The next page is things to check out and things I did. So this one is, I haven't done much yet just because we've been in quarantine. I probably will write the total amount of quarantine days on here somewhere, and I plan on not writing it in line. I kind of randomly placing it on the page. But then this one's a fun page, things to check out. And so I have movies, TV shows, books, and music. So I don't have any movie titles on here yet, but for TV shows I have Ozark, which I started and finished season 1. Pretty good so far. For books I have Defending Jacob, and then for music I don't have anything yet. But for most of this I used, for the title I used the gray Pentel sign pen, and then my 03 or 05 to do the cursive in between, and then for all the outlining and writing I did my 03 fine liner, and then the writing I used my 01 fine liner. For the color in here I used 2 Crayola colors. The blue and the cranberry color were Crayola Super Tips, and then this gold color was the Pentel sign pen in gold. And then, yeah, I just drew a little TV with a remote, add a little white accent with my white pen, and then same with music, I had a little music notes and a little bit an accent with my white pen. So the next page is things that make me happy, and I'm going to cover up some faces here because I don't know if they want to be shown. So this is a wish list page. I'm going to skip to that. So I used a black fine liner and a blue fine liner, both in 03. And so then I made one side for school and one side for personal, just because I know how I am, and I'm going to want there's going to be things for school that I'm going to need, and then personally, obviously there's going to be stuff that I want. But then there's this page, things that make me happy. So I have a picture of me and my sister when we went to Spain. This is a picture of me and my boyfriend. This one says exercise, sore muscles, happy pain, and then this is a picture of my parents. I plan on adding to this, it's kind of empty right now. And then this is probably one of my favorites so far. It's books I've read. I've read one book, or finished one book since finishing this spread, but it's just a bookshelf with a few little flowers, cacti, a little terrarium, and I used some gold craft paper for this. I used my fine liners in 01 for these, and then for the coloring for the flowers I used my Tombow markers. I believe I also used Tombow for the cacti, and then for the little brown dots and dirt in here, I used my Crayola Super Tips. This page is blank. I'm not really sure what I want to do with this yet. I'm going to figure it out someday. But for right now, I'm just leaving it empty. And now we are going on to May. So I did this about a week ago, and one of the bullet journalers that I follow is Planning with Kay, and she did the same quote on her cover page for May, and I was freaking out. I was like, oh my goodness, Planning with Kay did the same thing, and I had this done before, like she uploaded her video, so I was like, oh my goodness, we have like a connection here. But anyways, this says, where flowers bloom, so does hope, and I feel like that's very applicable to the situation the world is in right now. So just trying to stay hopeful in all the things that are happening. And I just chose a really simple daisy theme for this month and just wrote May in a Tombow marker. Yeah, that's pretty simple. This is my May calendar. I, again, pretty simple, just used my light green Tombow marker and then wrote over with my Pentel sign pen, Pentel sign pen, and then used my fine liners to outline the daisies. And I wanted to do a little bit of a cubed, not like fully square, but just a cubed calendar, so I did that. I outlined with a Crayola Super Tip, and then filled in my dates with the same pastel green as May is outlined. So yeah, each of these are 5 by 6. So yeah, and again, this one's a bigger calendar because it has to have 6 rows. Then I have my one line a day. I used my Tombow marker to do this, and then used white accents with the Uniball pen, and then I used my Tombow green on this, and then I used a Crayola color, and I kind of regret doing this because this seems pretty dark and I couldn't get the lines very straight. So writing over this should be pretty interesting. Then I have my mood tracker, and this page took so long to do just because it's so many daisies, but I finally get to fill one in today because today is May 1st. So I just did a bunch of different, well, they're the same daisies, but different sizes, and then I have a little key down here saying good day, productive, anxious, and relaxing day. So I am very excited to start using this, both of these. Then I have my habit tracker. I really liked how this turned out. I liked putting the daisies in the middle and then having my habits on the side. So I have 8 different habits that I'm tracking. Wake up by 8:30. Typically I wake up like around 8, but I did 8:30 just to be safe. Working out, taking my vitamins, hydrate, no spending, journal, read, and washing my face at night. So I get to film most of these in today because I've been doing all of these except this one and this one, but I will be doing it eventually. And then now we are on to my weekly spreads. So as you can see, I started writing highs for each day. So because I don't have school right now, I figured why not write something positive from the day and just fill it in. So I did this. I wrote my days out using my Tombow markers and then the pastel Stablo highlighters. So this one's in the light pink and this one's in the light green. I'm not 100% thrilled with the way this turned out. It got a little better, and there was some bleeding with the pink highlighter, the Stablo highlighter, but I will learn from this, and so this is just what each week will look like for May. I don't think I will do this spread again. I'm not too sure. It seems very kind of but it's something. And yeah, that's all I had done. And then write my highs for the day, and that's when I used the Bic Gelosity pen for writing the highs. Then after, I stopped at the 30th because I start my weeks on Sunday rather than Monday, as some people do. So the 31st will be on the June spread. The last thing I have in here is my May playlist, and I am excited to start adding some things on here because there are some new artists that I've been listening to, and Halsey and Marshmello just released a new song, so that is definitely going on here. I love Halsey. I think she's a very creative person, and I just love her. So I'm going to be adding that in here. And then there's a few new artists that I'm going to be listening to that I have on my radar, but I just need to actually give them a chance. So that is really it. So I really enjoyed making this, and I hope you enjoyed watching this. I know it's not the best quality, and things will improve as I continue this journey. Whoop! Saw their faces that time. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this flip through, and you'll be back to see my face in a second. Alright, that is the end of my first bullet journal flip through video. I loved showing you guys my spreads and kind of how I would start a bullet journal too. I love sharing my supplies that I've been using, and this was just a lot of fun for me to film. None of the spreads that I have in there are original to me. I take so much inspiration from other YouTubers, people from Pinterest, Instagram, and I actually started my own bullet journaling Instagram. It's bullet_bays if you want to check it out. Don't have much on there yet, but I plan on using that and taking some really cool pictures to put on there from the spreads that I have created for this month. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. There's a little red button down there that says subscribe, and there's a bell next to it too. I would greatly appreciate it if you could hit that button. Leave anything in the comments that you want to see me create or try out, and I'm not really sure on a filming schedule yet. Maybe twice a month, especially when school starts. I think that would be doable. I don't know how much content I can create if I'm just doing monthly spreads, but if you want to see me do something, then put it down below and I will do my best to create that video for you. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.